The Sports Scouting Report with Lee Burkeen. Brought to you by Medine's Collision Center in Baton Rouge. Take control, choose Medine's. Grosse Savant Lodge, south of Lake Charles, the true sportsman's paradise. Treads and Care Company in Central, the tires you need, the service you want. Harvey Auto in Shreveport, Bossier City, the name you have trusted for years. And Gage in Baton Rouge. Get better connected with Gage. Here's your host, Lee Burkeen.
Hi everyone, your host Lee Burkeen of the Sports Scouting Report podcast here at the Giulio Brothers Italian Restaurant on Perkins Road. We're going to promote Turlings Catholic High School. Where are they? Lafayette, Louisiana. Their head coach is going to join us, Dan Charpentier. We're going to talk about his dad, who was the coach prior to him, and his star quarterback will be with us. Preston Welch, who's a class of 224, a big-time quarterback. He's got so many stats. I think his arm is still sore from the last 2 years of throwing the football for coach. But we're going to talk about Turlings and all of their players, a lot of them coming up. They got a good team coming back. We'll be right back.
Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you.
What does that bug man do?
Not only do we do pest control, we do odor control, bat removal, moisture control, rodents, and of course, bed bug control. Give the bug man a call. We get them before they get you.
Hi everyone, Lee Burkeen with the Sports Scouting Report podcast again, and we're at the Giulio Brothers Italian Restaurant. We're here to promote Turlings Catholic High School, one of the top programs in the state. If you don't know much about Turlings Catholic and you're not from Lafayette today, the goal is you're going to know a lot. A lot of great football players have come out of the high school. Jake Delhomme is one of them who played quarterback and ended up going to USL and being an All-American and playing in a Super Bowl with the Carolina Panthers. Not a bad alumnus. They've got famous people that have come out of the school that were anchors at ABC and a lot of different people that got into politics. And today we've got the head coach who went there at one time. His dad was the coach before him, Dan Charpentier. Dan, thank you for joining us.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having us, Lee.
Tell us, I'm going to introduce your quarterback, but that's a pretty good quarterback next to you.
Yeah, we're excited that he's got one more year left. Preston Welch, he's going to be a 3-year starter for us, and hopefully can do some really exciting things this fall.
I printed out an old resume of Dan at Northwestern State when he played wide receiver. And this is what it read. My friend Doug Ireland was the sports information director at that time, who I know Coach is friends with too. But it says, feisty and sure-handed receiver whose competitiveness keeps him in the mix is in a talent wideout core. Could also figure into some special team activities. Academic all Southland Conference, commissioner academic, that's what's most important. Smart guy, had a 3.0 to a 3.49 in the fall of, get this, Preston, I'm going to make you Coach Phil, 2003. How you like that on Coach?
Wasn't born yet, huh?
No, wasn't born. You weren't born yet. You were like, no noonie yet. And this coach is at Northwestern State in Natchitoches, Louisiana. Appreciate Doug Ireland. Was there many years as SID coach.
Yeah, I remember Mr. Ireland very well. He does a great job up there at the university, and I think we have a lot of mutual friends from Natchitoches.
I want to first say prayers to Jack Britton, who's one of the big supporters of Northwestern State, a good friend of mine. You know Jack Britton, he's recovering. Really came close to leaving us and is making a miracle recovery there in Natchitoches. Still in the hospital, Jack. When you get well, and maybe you can see this show and get a kick out of it. But a lot of good people in Natchitoches.
Yeah, it's a real small town feel, very, very much a family atmosphere at the university, you know, and really thankful for my time there. Met a lot of great people and kind of shaped my career going forward, especially my coaches at Northwestern State.
Your brother Rock played there?
Rock followed me. He was 2 years behind me. He got there and had some success playing quarterback. He ended up transferring to Henderson State and actually set some records passing the ball in the Gulf South Conference. Had a really good career at Henderson State.
I want to mention this. Your dad won a ton of games at Turlings. and you played for your dad.
I did.
And your brother played for your dad. Your dad went to Hanson High School.
That's right.
Was a great player there for the legendary
Dick McCloskey. He was actually my godfather.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, he was 2 years old whenever I was 2 years old when he passed, but he was my parent.
Hall of Fame coach.
That's right.
Dick McCloskey. I want to mention that.
We got a picture of him up in the locker room at Turlings. You know, he kind of started a lot of the football and basketball and just sports in general. That type of you know, athletic mindset that runs in my family. Without him, probably wouldn't have been possible. You know, my dad credits him with a lot, and kind of looked to him as a second father. I wish I'd have known him better. Like I said, he passed away when I was 2 years old, but his memory definitely lives on in our program.
What kind of impact did your dad have on you? Your dad was known as one of the best coaches in the state in the Lafayette area for a long time, retired. What was it like playing and learning from your dad?
Well, me and Preston were talking about it a little bit on the way here, actually. You know, he was a basketball guy, and he wasn't really thought of as a football guy until, I guess, the mid-'90s, whenever he took over the job at Turlings Catholic, when basically nobody else wanted it. And he came to Lafayette as a basketball coach, played college basketball, played a little college football, too, at Nicholls State. But we were really a basketball family growing up. We were in the driveway every day playing basketball. You know, we loved playing football too, but basketball was definitely the love in the family. And he took over the Turlings program in 1995, I believe. That was his first year. I think they had him and 3 other coaches, and I think about 30-something kids on the team, and actually went 12-1 in his first year. He inherited a 1-9 football team and went 12-1 in his first year.
Sonny.
And yeah, Sonny, and the rest is kind of history after that. He coached all the way till 2017.
I remember visiting your dad in '06, and I asked your dad, I said, "Are all the players here for interviews?" He said, "All 30 are right here."
Yeah.
I was like, how do you do it?
Yeah.
And that's the mark of a great coach, to play 3A ball, 4A ball, and have 30 guys that just want to come after you. But
well,
now y'all have how many on the roster usually?
9 through 12. This year, 9 through 12, we're going to have 160.
Wow.
About 160 or 165. So obviously the interest has grown, and that's a good thing. You know, the more young men you can involve in the program, hopefully we can touch more lives and influence more families, and we have a lot of good families at Turlings Catholic.
Preston, hearing these stories, how does that make you feel? Can you imagine if you were on a team with just 29 other players?
Yeah, no, for sure. The tradition runs a lot deeper than me, and I'm just the start of a new era.
Have you got a chance to meet Jake DeLome since he's an alumnus of the school?
I have. He helps out a lot at Turlings. He's always around. So
work with you at all? Because since he's a quarterback, you're a quarterback?
A little bit, yes, sir.
What do you think of Coach? And Coach is being his receiver background in college, and you heard his bio. What's it like to play for Coach?
It's great. I mean, a lot of football is known between him and his dad for sure. I mean, there's a lot of football to learn from them, so I enjoy it.
Preston Welch is 6'2", legit, 205 pounds, might be 210, built like a Terry Bradshaw. You know, he's got that look now, and you got a soft release, and you kind of like the Skeens of quarterbacks. It just looks easy to throw it, and you can throw it everywhere.
He had a great year last year. A lot of fun last year. You know, we were able to win 11 or 12 games and had a great time watching him play.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, I want to throw out stats. I'm not a stat guy, but it's very impressive what your quarterback did last year and the year before. We want to talk about, and I'll ask Preston if he remembers his yards and touchdowns. It's quite a few. We'll be right back.
True sportsman's paradise. Gros Savant Lodge has fresh and saltwater fishing, alligator hunting, waterfowl hunting, and eco tours located south of Lake Charles, Louisiana. Give them a call at 337-598-2357. That number to call again is 337-598-2357, and have the time of your life. Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you.
Welcome back. You're watching the Sports Scouting Report podcast. Be sure to go on and subscribe, hit the button, and hit the bell, and you'll get that little bing that you get to say if I want to watch the show or not, right? We'll please do that to support us, and go to wherever you get your podcasts. You can go to our Twitter, Instagram we have now. We're going to have pictures we take during the show. And I want to mention, getting back to Turlings Catholic, famous alumni besides Jake Delhomme is David Bignog, CBS news anchor. Big deal. Casey Cryer, basketball coach. And I already said Jake Delhomme, and obviously this guy right here, Dan Charpentier, and Rock, your brother.
Yeah, Rock's
So
famous.
They got to put you in Wikipedia, man.
No, man, we're not that big of a deal, no.
But a lot of guys, too, which I like about Turlings, and I know Coach will tell me this, but there's a lot of baseball guys that still play football at Turlings, and I respect that because you see a lot of baseball guys quit football, but at Turlings, Preston, am I right about that? You see these guys that play baseball that are D1 baseball guys, but still go out there and hit you in football,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yep.
You got a lot of teammates that play baseball.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Our school loves football, so I mean, if you can, everybody's out there strapping up the helmet to play.
What you think, Coach? I mean, you need those guys.
No, definitely. I mean, multi-sport athletes is a huge part of what we try to promote at our school. I think a lot of kids these days get messaging from different places that they need to specialize at a certain age, and we try to combat that. And we want kids to have fun in high school, and I think a lot of the messaging that goes into the single sport athletes is inaccurate and false, because I think most kids, unless they're telling you what you want to hear, most kids don't want to play one sport for 12 months. Most kids are interested in at least playing 2 sports.
Right. Stay busy and do something else to
right.
help the other one. I always like the basketball and football one, or the track and football, and then baseball. You know, speaking of football, you had a kid sign this year, first time ever, with South Dakota State.
That's right, the Jackrabbits.
Who just won it all.
That's right,
The cold area of South Dakota, but hey,
right,
champions.
Defending national champs, South Dakota State. You know, it was kind of in the 11th hour. Kentrell Prejean is the kid that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Unbelievably exciting player. We were really lucky to watch him perform the last couple of years as a junior and senior for us. Just electric with the football and incredible route runner. You know, also, I think part of his game that went under noticed is how versatile he was, and he could play a lot of different positions on the field. And you know, Preston will tell you he made. I don't ever remember him making a mental error. He was really locked in and focused on what he was doing, and really excited for him to continue his career at such a great program.
Mr. Smooth is going to be in the ice, moving around. But now I'm a fan of South Dakota State because we got a Lafayette native on the offense.
That's right.
Or wherever they put him. Coach, before you get into defense, I'm going to let you do defensive guys and let Preston do his offensive guys. Talk about Preston and, you know, Jake. I remember when Jake came out of Turlings, 165 pounds. He didn't get any LSU offers. I remember USL, and the late Brandon Stokely was his dad. Nelson was the only one that really offered him. And then you got a quarterback right here that's a sleeper right now, and people sleeping on him.
Right.
Talk about Preston in your opinion for recruiting.
Well, in recruiting purposes, I think he's got a lot of tools. You know, he's got good arm strength. He's got good mobility. He's got, I think, underrated athleticism. I think that showed up in some of the camps this summer. But you know, the main thing I tell people is just go watch the tape. I mean, he's played a lot of football for us and won a lot of big games. And I think at these football camps with shorts and t-shirts on, and you know, everybody's running around feeling good. I think there's a lot of players that can look good in that setting that might not look as good on Friday night with the pads on.
Right.
So I really try to focus on what he's done in real football games. I mean, like I tell people all the time, I mean, last year we played 13 or 14 football games in the fall. You know, evaluate him on what he's done on the field on Friday night. And obviously the landscape has changed with recruiting greatly, especially at the quarterback position. Yeah. But I know how persistent Preston is, and I know what kind of worker he is. I know how serious he is about the game, and I think continuous improvement is what you have to do. And wherever you land, you gotta grind it out, and hopefully he can land somewhere where he gets an opportunity.
Preston's thrown for a little over 5,000 yards in 2 years and over 50 touchdowns. Not bad. Got a little cannon arm there, and he's got size, and he moves. What I like, he moves in the pocket really well, and that's really what matters in college ball. You've seen it at Northwestern. You're not going to run a 4-4 quarterback unless you're Michael Vick, and there's
Right.
only been one Michael Vick.
Right.
And Burrow made it look that way, but he was a 4-7, right? 4-7. But we're going to take a break, and we're going to save the last segment and add a little time to it and talk about the team and go into defense with Coach and offense with Preston Welch. We're talking Turlings Catholic football, the Sports Scouting Report podcast. We'll be right back.
What does that bug man do?
Not only do we do pest control, we do odor control, bat removal, moisture control, rodents, and of course, bed bug control. Give the bug man a call. We get them before they get you.
Grosavon Lodge, the true sportsman's paradise. Grosavon Lodge has fresh and saltwater fishing, alligator hunting, waterfowl hunting, and eco tours located south of Lake Charles, Louisiana. Give them a call at 337-598-2357. That number to call again is 337-598-2357, and have the time of your life.
Welcome back. Lee Burkeen, your host of Sports Scouting Report podcast at DiGiulio Brothers Italian Restaurant on Perkins Road. And look, you got to try their brunch on Sunday. A lot of people come to Baton Rouge either to visit LSU or just to drive through on their way to New Orleans. But 10:30 to 2, really good brunch. You know, I'm telling you, great breakfast to go with Italian food. We want to get back to Coach Charpentier and talk about the team at Turlings Catholic. We'll start with Coach on defense. Coach, your D-line, that's the key to a lot of good seasons.
No doubt about it.
You got to have a nose guard. You got to have some DNs, or you got to have some mini linebackers that plug the gaps. But what do you think of your D-line going?
Well, we're a 3-4 scheme, and so we got 3 guys that are always down there. The number 1 guy we got coming back is KJ James. He's going to be a senior. He's about 5'8", 5'9", but he's about 225, and he's lightning, man. He's fast twitch, hard to block. He likes to penetrate into the backfield and make a lot of plays. He also played a little goal line offense with us. Preston actually threw him a few touchdowns last year.
Okay, a little fullback type
deal. Exactly. And so he's our leader coming back in that group for sure. We got a young kid named Drake Perry that's going to be a sophomore. Man, whenever we left this morning, he was putting like 285 on the rack, about to bench press it. He's about 6'2". What did you think, about 270?
Heavy. Young guy,
big boy, yeah. His brother actually, his older brother actually signed with LSU a few years back, Thomas Perry.
And Adam Perry's played for LSU.
Correct. Yeah. LSU alumni. Dr. Perry's an orthopedist in town in Lafayette. Yeah. So Drake's going to be a big part of the defensive line room. Guy named Matt Davis, super athlete, looking to put a little size on him. And then we got a rotation of other guys, that are going to help out with that 3-man group. And then, outside linebackers are kind of like defensive linemen in our system. And Alan Blake Hayes is going to play on the edge.
You like him a lot.
Love him. He's got a lot of good size on him now. He's about 6'2", about probably 215, 220.
Can move.
And he can really run, and he's got good length. So he's going to be our jack linebacker, which is kind of like a defensive end for us.
Outside, stand up.
That's right. That's right.
Always got good linebackers at Turlings. Those guys are like 5'11", 200, 210. Most of them can just knock
a little
you,
hard workers.
Attach you, man. And then speaking of corners, you lost some guys, but you've got some guys coming back.
Yeah, we lost a couple really good ones, but we're really excited about the guys we got coming back. Peyton Jones and Jylan Ford.
Can run.
Both are going to be seniors. Both had a tremendous track season. A lot of speed on defense. We had I think for the first time in a long time, we had a 4x1 and 4x2 boys team make it to the state meet.
That's pretty big.
And 3 out of those 4 guys are all on defense. Jylan Ford, Peyton Jones, and Nick DeLumo. Nick DeLumo is playing outside linebacker for us. Jylan and Peyton are both playing corner. And then in the back end, we got a few guys, Noah Darby, Caleb Daniels, Cohen LaPointe, guys that are still fighting for a little time. We're really excited about Caleb Daniels. He's a rising junior.
Downhill guy.
Yeah, man, he likes to come downhill and hit, but he also is a great free player. He can play the ball in the air.
That's when you put the yellow jersey on Preston in practice. Last guy of the defense, people forget about this guy, the punter.
Yeah.
right? The punter is a defensive guy, so you got to.
We're searching right now. We
It's
actually
open like everybody, right?
Yeah, we got Bradford Kane coming back, and he's going to be a senior. He did a great job for us last year. We're searching for a little depth. We got a few soccer kids that have come out.
It's not bad.
Yeah, Coach Tommy Tate's been working with them this summer. He's our special teams coach.
Tommy Tate?
Yeah.
McNeese's state
right.
head coach?
That's right. He worked with me in Opelousas for a while.
There you go.
I was able to get him from Opelousas Catholic.
Yeah.
He joined us last year on the staff. So so we got a few soccer kids that are punting and kicking, and the cream will rise to the top.
You ever go to a soccer game, coach, and recruit?
I'll be honest with you.
I gotta see who's coming up.
I'll
right?
be honest with you. In January, I'm not real big on. I'm in the basketball gym a lot more than I am on the soccer field.
So the good pressure's on. We got Mr. Quarterback Preston here. Welch is gonna talk about his offense, which is a lot easier. It's his offense. But talk about your running backs. You're not a quarterback if you don't have a couple of good running backs, right?
Oh yeah, our running back room is we got a bunch of good players, good depth. We got Dougie Vilt coming back. He's gonna be a junior, and then we got a wild card. His name's Aiden Trahan. He just transferred here to Turlings. He went to where'd he go? Acadiana last year. Yeah, he's a big guy.
Yeah, he's good.
He's great. He should make some plays for us. But other than that, we got some younger guys coming in. Tom, of course.
What do you think about big boys up front, O-line? You got a Perry over there.
That's true.
Another Perry.
We were talking about Drake Perry, but we didn't mention Gresham Perry, his older brother. He's big human being. Yes, probably 6'4", heavy,
285.
Yeah.
Young guy.
Yeah, he's only gonna be a junior. He actually got his first offer from the Cajuns the other day.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I would offer too if I was in
No
the
doubt.
Cajuns.
I think it came about a year late.
Yeah, they were all 6'4" 2 years ago. But anybody else in O-line you want to mention on O-line?
I mean, our whole line, they work together. Coach Robbie leads them, but Gresham's definitely going to be our left tackle. He's our standout guy. He should do some good stuff for us.
Now, when you put the ball in there, you got guys you can trust. You lost a guy that signed with South Dakota State, but you still got some receivers coming back.
Oh, yeah, we have a bunch of weapons coming back. We have leading the group would be Bradford Kane. He's going to be a senior. He can make some explosive plays, but we also have our tight end group is Jack Purser, and then I like to put Travis Gallion in there, but we line them up outside sometimes. Both extremely good players, tall, physical, and big. But as far as inside goes, slot we'll have Bradford in there, and then outside we'll have Kay Cother and.
You're doing a good job.
Greg Leger.
You're doing a good job, man.
Yeah, Greg's going to be a junior. He should step up, make some good plays.
And if coach wants to put his running back in slot, you got a slot running back.
That's right. That's right.
You got that going on. And, you know, what I'm thinking of right now is you got St. Thomas More and you got Turlings. Boy, that's a rival.
Yeah.
I want to ask you because y'all got a good team coming up. They got a good team again coming up. That's going to be a war this year, huh?
Yes, sir. I mean, it's been every year since I've been there. And plan on doing the same thing we always do, just prepare for that game like any other game and play it like any other game. So I'm excited for that one, though.
The talent in Lafayette, Preston, and I'll ask Coach, but, you know, Lafayette Christian. We had Notre Dame on earlier today, not far away. St. Thomas More, and you look at Acadiana High School, and you look, I mean, it's just
Westgate.
I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah.
And you go into New Iberia Catholic, and I mean, it's even Laurelville with like 200 kids in the school.
Yeah.
You don't want to play them.
No,
St. Martinville, not far from.
St. Martinville's got some dudes.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Coach, what do you think?
No, I think the last 4 or 5 years, the Acadiana area has had a great run. Cecilia. You can name a lot of schools. I mean, the schools in the city of Lafayette and in the surrounding areas, I think have had a great run the last 4 or 5 years as far as, you know, how we've held up against competition from other areas. Southside went 9-1 in the regular season last year. They had an amazing season.
Malik Neighbors came out of Como.
That's right.
From LSU.
That's right.
Best receiver in the United States, probably.
That's right. One of them for sure.
Right, one of them.
You know, I think it's a recruiting gold mine. It has been before, and it kind of cycles. But right now, definitely a lot of young talent in the area.
Coach, new turf field. you told me?
Yeah, right now it looks kind of like the surface of the moon. It looks kind of weird, but they're about to start rolling the new turf out here in the next couple of weeks. We're really excited about it. We got our turf in 2010, so we got about 2 or 3 extra years of life out of that turf. We stretched it, and it was time to get some new turf, so we're really blessed. We're going to be able to play on some new turf this season.
Preston, when you run on 3rd and 5, a little smoother now, huh?
Oh, yeah. Feel a lot better for sure.
We're going to take a break. We come back. We got one more segment with Coach and also Coach and one of the top quarterbacks in the state of Louisiana, Preston Welch, class of 224. I'm going to get Coach's thoughts on his district and thoughts on Louisiana. And hey, why not? He likes all sports. We're going to get Preston's thoughts and his thoughts on the national champions LSU baseball team, which just happened. When we filmed this, it happened last night. When you see this show, it'll be a couple of days after. We'll be right back.
Gros Savon Lodge, the true sportsman's paradise. Gros Savon Lodge has fresh and saltwater fishing, alligator hunting, waterfowl hunting, and eco tours located south of Lake Charles, Louisiana. Give them a call at 337-598-2357. That number to call again is 337-598-2357, and have the time of your life.
Welcome back, Libra King, the Sports Scouting Report podcast. We got a minute and a half left. Coach Charpentier, talk about week 1. Where's the game and who?
We got Opelousas High, week 1 at home.
Talent team.
Unbelievable.
Ford, their running backs on the top in the country.
Yeah, we saw him over the weekend at a 7-on-7 camp. He looks unbelievable.
Deshaun Ford.
He's good, man. He's put together. And, they gave us a war last year. We expect the same thing this year.
The Kiwanis Jamboree, which is the first game, technically, not counting, but at Cajun
Kiwanis
Field.
Jamboree at Cajun Field. We're going to play Sicilian at Jamboree, so kind of like a little friendly rivalry. Coach Skanes and I are really good friends.
Yeah.
We don't like to play each other, but I guess it's better. Jamboree's better than nothing.
It doesn't count?
Yeah, that's right.
Preston, who did you grow up liking? What colleges?
Hard not to say UL. I mean, it's hometown. My dad and my mom went there, I think. Definitely a lot of love from here.
LSU national champs in baseball, real quick. What do you think?
Crazy. 2 games, both huge momentum swings. I couldn't believe what I was watching either night, and just happy the Tigers came out on top.
Could you hit off of Skeens?
I couldn't hit off of you. I wouldn't be able to stand in the box against Skeens.
Preston, thanks for joining us. Good luck to you. Coach, appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Lee.
Man. Thank you. We'll see everybody next week.
Thanks for listening to the Sports Scouting Report podcast with Libra King.